We're very excited to be starting early in the year, and that we're very excited to see all of you here tonight. In particular, we sent out an email to faculty asking faculty members to nominate students who they thought would really benefit from a Fulbright. We've had a great response, a number of nominations, and some of you might be in the room here tonight because a faculty member nominated you. If so, welcome. Thank you for responding to my email. You may have heard about this through your scholarship schools advisors, through Steinhardt, Gallatin, CAS. Can I just get a quick sort of hands up to see where we are? Who's here from Gallatin? Yes. Okay, who's here from Steinhardt? Oh, good, it's going strong. CAS? Okay. SCPS? Yeah. What am I missing? Stern? Yay! Okay. Tisch! Yeah. So many from Tisch. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a lot of schools represented. We're going to go over a few of the grants. Hopefully Dan and Laura will explain the grants and some of the application process. We're going to do that for about 20 minutes. Then we'll have a Q&A with Dan and Laura. Then I'm going to explain for you what we've just started this year. For the first time, we've developed a thing we're calling the Fulbright Application Development Program, which is designed to break down the application process into a series of manageable steps. And we've organized a series of information sessions and workshops that are going to be held throughout March, April, and May. They're going to be held on Monday evenings. We would love for you to apply for the program, and hopefully when you came in tonight, you were given a handout that sort of details that. So I'll go over that in a little bit of detail, and then for the remaining half of the session, we're going to have a panel discussion with 3 NYU alums who were awarded Fulbrights. And just so I know if they're here yet, can you put your hands up if you are Julian or Christina or Rachel? No, they're not here yet. Okay, so fingers crossed they get here. So without further ado, I'd like to hand it over to Dan and Laura. Thank you so much. Great.
Good. So as I was saying, I'm the director of the Fulbright program. I came on board about 2 years ago, and about 20-some years ago, I was in your shoes. I was a Fulbrighter. I was an ETA to Germany. This was shortly after the wall fell down, and we were the first group that was able to go both to the east as well as the newly opened, west as well as the newly opened east. This is what Fulbright does. It moves, it's dynamic, as I said before. It goes to places where it's very difficult for someone else to go, where people that might be going from the Department of Defense or people from the government, but you are US citizens, and you can go to places that's more challenging for anyone else to go to. We recently reactivated the program in Burma, in Myanmar. They were actually the second people to sign up for the Fulbright program. China was the first. Burma was the second, Philippines was the third, back in the late 40s when this program was initially started by Senator Fulbright, as you all know. It's a binational program, and as I said, IIE has been in this great position of administering the program on behalf of the U.S. Department of State ever since. Initially, the Fulbright program only had 88 people, that's including scholars and students coming and going in the initial year. Now we have over 8,000 students and scholars coming and going in both directions. That's how much things have grown. Even in just the last 5 years, the Fulbright U.S. student program has grown by over 30% in terms of the number of grants that we offer, and has increased over 35% in terms of the number of applications that we receive. The biggest growth has been in 2 areas. The English Teaching Assistant Program. We used to only be, when I was an ETA, we were in 3 countries, 2 besides Germany. Now we're in 75. This is a program that has been greatly supported by foreign governments, and that's why we're seeing a great growth in that. So if you're interested in working with young people, either at the elementary, middle school, high school, college, or university level in terms of improving their English and their understanding of American culture and values, this is a great program for you. The other side of the program is the traditional, what we call study research side of the program. And again, it's about perfectly balanced, about 900 awards or about 1,000 awards for each right now is what we're looking at. The study research, I want to point out, is two types of awards that really can be combined into 3 different ways. We've got a seat right up here if you want to take that. So, in terms of study research, this means that you could be conducting your own research project. So if you're doing a senior thesis, you're working on a master's, you're even doing your dissertation, you're looking to be able to get into an archive, a library, a lab, or do something that's ethnographic or any, scientific, any place that you need to go overseas in order to do this, that's the research side of things. The study part, and this is something that we've seen a lot of growth in the last few years, and this is part of coming out of the Erasmus Plus program in Europe, where they've expanded the number of programs that they offer for English speakers. And this is all part of the global internationalization of universities. Universities want to have high rankings like NYU and show how they can increase the level in terms of how they're seen worldwide. And part of that is how well they're able to attract international students. So a lot of universities now are partnering with the Fulbright program in order to offer a 1-year master's program or a full year of study. So if you need coursework that you would like to go through, take a look at a lot of the Scandinavian countries, Holland, Finland, Belgium. These are places where we're seeing a lot of activity that's going on. The other place that we're seeing this is in Asia, in particular in Taiwan. Taiwan is now offering a 2-year master's program in a number of fields. You're given a 1-year grant, and if you do well, i.e. a B average or above, they will renew your grant and you can get a 2-year master's program there. That's the other side that we're seeing a tremendous amount of growth in later on. The study research can also then be a combination where you're taking some courses and you're conducting an independent research project. Okay? So we have basically 2 types of grants. Those where you're working as an English teaching assistant in some classroom, on average around 20 to 25 hours a week. You may have an independent research project on top of that, or you may have a community engagement piece on top of that, or you're doing what we call the study research, doing maybe full study, maybe doing part study with some research, or you're just doing your own independent research project. Yes, jump in.
With the study research grants, I think it's also really important to note that we want artists in that category. And even though it doesn't, so I think some people see study research and they think, for me to go continue my study of the cello, that maybe wouldn't fall into this, or to go work on a theater project. So just to keep in mind that for those of you from Tisch, or other places, I don't want to stereotype here, if you're interested in a grant in the arts, study research grant does apply to you, and we want to see applications in the arts in that field as well.
Right. And by that, when we're talking about the arts field, it's about improving your craft. So you're not doing a research project. If you're doing a research project talking about the history of the theater, the history of something, that's an academic part, okay? If you're talking about improving your acting ability, your voice, whatever, the instrument you play, the dance, etc., you want to work with a program or a team or a specialist, that's what we're looking at, improving your craft. That's an arts candidate. Okay? Does that help? So we have basically the ETAs, the study researchers, the artists. Okay? Then I want to highlight for the last little bit some of the special awards that we have that are a little bit more prominent here. Number 1 is the Fulbright Clinton Award. This was proposed by Hillary Clinton while she was the Secretary of State. And since the Fulbright program comes out of the U.S. Department of State, this is her brainchild. This is an opportunity for 24 young people who have a master's degree and at least 2 years of work experience to go in as a special assistant to a foreign government in some type of ministry. This might be the Ministry of Transportation, the Ministry of Education, the Ministry of Energy, whatever the case may be, and to a developing country. It could be Haiti, Cote d'Ivoire, could be Bangladesh, or Myanmar in this case. We provide a list of those countries, and that's a great opportunity for you who are trying to think about, it doesn't mean you have to be thinking about going into the government, but how might you take your area of expertise and apply that in a government ministry, okay?